So after the success of Disventure Camp Seasons 1 and 2, the fans were just begging for a new season. And the fans kinda got what they wanted. They got Disventure Camp All-Stars, an idea that started so strongly, but it ended up being one of the worst seasons regarded by the fans. But what exactly did go wrong with Disventure Camp All-Stars? Well, I decided to reopen this wound and rub some salt in it, cause it's time to list off 50 things wrong with Disventure Camp All-Stars. Some of the cast members had really lame plots. The animation wasn't as good as it used to be. But now seriously, we can attribute most of Disventure Camp's problems, if not all of them, to a simple factor: the continuity of it all. This was definitely something that lacked a lot all season through. The dub change. So I watched this season in Spanish, you see, and I noticed that something was incorrectly subtitled and wasn't at all dubbed in the English version, which is Nina nicknaming every contestant this season. In English, in this part of the episode, she calls them by the names. In the Spanish subtitles, she does this as well. But in the Spanish dub, she says...
La zanahoria irá con la loca. Sí. El morenazo con el asiático. La pelona con Cruella de Vil. La emo con la streamer irán juntas. Raya con el viejete. La enana con el bibliotecario. Applejack con el tóxico. La abuelita con Mortal Kombat. Y el otro emo con Greta.
Nina is the salvaje en esta doblaje. Hunter was not cool, nor popular, nor good at challenges. Seriously, Yule. He was brought for this season, and aside from a much better character redesign, he got nothing. No development, no redeeming qualities, nothing! Yule's character is terrible, not because he is evil, it's because throughout its 13-episode stay on this show, there is quite literally not a single progression to his character. Like no humanity, nothing. Come on, just show us something. You have to do it if you are going to be doing it for 13 episodes. And his goodbye speech. Nah, it did not felt good watching it. It felt mediocre to watch. Because Yule was just nasty all season through. So seeing him say nasty things did not felt good at all. Yule and Emily's plot. Seriously, is this the most original thing you can come up with? On that matter, what the hell was the purpose of Emily here? I mean, she is a well-designed character, but her point here was... Which reminds me, the plot of Derek and Trevor. Am I the only one who skips them? Am I the only one who just doesn't care about these two? Like seriously, if I were to be asked what exactly is the plot around these two, I would not be able to tell you. They are so uninteresting. Okay, can we just discuss what happened with Tess for a second? She was a good character the previous season. All that good writing? Gone. So do you remember how they promised on the Total Drama reboot to have challenges involving TikTok? And that actually never came to be? Well, I came to learn that they never did that. Not because it would be polemic, but it would be embarrassing to watch. Maybe it would make episodes outdated on repeated viewings and hard to sit through even. Learned that lesson the hard way with Disventure Camp All-Stars episode 14. Also, Gabby's elimination. There are so many plots starting in every episode and almost none of them go anywhere. And there is also a disproportionate focus on character spotlight. Aiden and Tom being a thing. Not that I don't approve, it just felt forced. I can't explain. So what exactly would spilling the beans on Rhea and Alec result in? I actually really did not get it. From what I understood, it was meant to separate Gabby and Gret from Rhea and Alec. But if they do come to your side, they have even less chances. Rhea sucks now. Like, seriously, garbage character. There is no human way possible that you could be this evil as a facade. This character was bad character writing. I can't believe how good Rhea's character was in season 2 and how terrible she was here. But how many times can Connor be a victim of Rhea? Like, wasn't this old enough 2 seasons ago? Connor's character was giving Zoe a few times, not gonna lie. Okay, let's just start talking about what I came here to do. I can honestly fault more than half of the problems with this season to Jake. There, I said it. People think he's a great character. All he does is whine and make any character he can into his personal therapist. 10 episodes in, and people still think that Jake is gonna have character development. Seriously, people are that hopeful for this guy? If what you call character development is not throwing temper tantrums just because someone is not giving you attention and treat people with respect, at the age of 27, mind you, then wow, kudos for not being a douchebag, gold star for effort, he is definitely the winner here, hahaha, I hate you, Jake. Okay, so you remember how stretched Carrie and Devin's plot was? Or even Mike and Zoe? Let me introduce you to Jake and Tom. Oh my god, how can a 27 and a 30-year-old couple of adult men act like this? And the fans of this ship, my god, you all deserve so much better. There was this plot of Tom having a boyfriend that lasted 3 whole episodes. What exactly was the point of this? To make Jake sound even more toxic and whiny? Haven't we had enough of that yet?
I hate you, Jake!
I can't. The childish temper tantrums that Jake throws because of Aiden. Why do people like this guy? Seriously, I hate you, Jake. Allie. 2/3 of her screen time were dedicated to her just existing and making very mediocre video game references. I guess you can say Allie is the Disventure Camp character ever made. Seriously, Allie and Jake. Why? And honestly, for a long time on this season, I was rooting for Allie. I like her redesign, but I cannot say I cared for some of the actions she took this season. They were just as stupid as Jake. One of which was when she was upset that Aiden chose Jake over her. Bitch, the only interaction with Aiden you had for 2 seasons that you were with him was to doubt him in regards to Nina being a living thing. Even the sight of seeing Rhea trying to murder him was not enough for you to switch seats. I think Aiden has enough reasons to prefer Jake. Allie. This season was so long that I can't even remember why on earth did Allie and Jake even start to get upset with each other. We are 18 episodes in and Jake is still being insecure about his relationships. Are you kidding me, dude? Can you not be jealous for a single episode? This is annoying. In fact, is this your only character trait? Oh, I hate you, Jake. And haven't we already established that Rhea is evil? Can't Allie and Jake put 2 + 2 together? This is not villains versus heroes, this is villains versus mentally challenged. I mean, let's analyze this. We have Jake, we have Aiden, a character that spent all the episodes of his season being manipulated. We have Tom, a supposed spy that is so good at his job that the first thing he does is tell someone he found an immunity idol. Connor, the guy that still had hopes Rhea would redeem herself. And Allie, that was an okay character until she became a female Jake. Connor, come on, you know this was her work. Why is it so hard to tell your toddlers this? It's number 38, so say it with me now. Hashtag justice for Ashley. Legitimately, Ashley was robbed. She had so much potential, and it had to be thrown out because Jake was sad that day. Let's not forget that Jake is 27 and Ashley is 24. This whole conversation at elimination was made between a woman that is 3 years younger than him. It's just weird seeing these characters going through teen dramas this way. But the way Ashley's character was meant to function was so weak. Like, when did she stop caring about winning the money to save her farm just to help a problem that was present in the previous season? Ashley's character was done dirty, and it's painfully hard to watch her lose her potential over Jake. And I mean, how stupid can one be to fall for quite literally the same trap over again? This is just repetitive writing at this point. It was freaking Rhea, the one that gave you the letters, Allie. She just broke Connor's legs. So, the purpose of the eliminated contestant challenge was to give a disadvantage to Rhea. This disadvantage served as a visual joke no longer than 4 seconds. And then we are meant to believe that Rhea and Yule dig them out with their bare hands? Seriously? When exactly happened the hole that made Allie lose all of her gems? Didn't Fiore have gems in her bag too? And at no point anyone noticed or heard Allie's gems falling. She had no hole in her bag when they crawled out of the rubble. The only hole on this episode is in the plot, if that's what you mean. Ironic, isn't it? And by the way, Tom is 30. Tom is 30. I'm about to say it, but Tom and Jake's ship was done much better in the beta version. Alec and Fiore regaining the father-and-daughter relationship is absolutely wholesome, really happy for them, but did it seem like it came out of nowhere? Like, Ellie saying that she did not have time to tell Gabby she was allied with the villains. She had 4 episodes to do this. And the most important thing, the sheer amount of exposition that both Rhea and Jake had. It felt, at least for me, that for the most part, any sort of character development these characters had this season was either spread too thin or even backtracked, just so we can justify them staying longer. Rhea's character was overdone with all that evilness. There is literally no excuses to have a character that was once nice but sneaky to be this brash with no redeeming qualities. Oh, but she's gonna look back on the rock slide she caused with a worried look. That's gonna make it okay. Nah, don't freaking think so. And Jake, I urge you people to deconstruct this character and take out any time he's being obsessed with Tom or acting immature towards Allie or even whining to Ashley and or Connor. There is practically nothing left with him. There is no way you can convince me that this is a good character. Oh, but he has trauma from the past. Poor little thing acts like this way because he has been hurt. He has a cool jacket. I don't care! A real life person would just suck it up instead of making his trauma the problem of someone else. That's why we love Ashley. Because that's what she does. For this reason, I cannot like Jake. I'm sorry, Disventure Camp fandom. Jake is an absolute flop of a character that is here for 21 episodes. Burn him. And that's 50 things wrong with Disventure Camp All-Stars. So far, the worst season of this show. At least in my opinion. But just because I find it to be a bad season, it doesn't mean I only have bad things to say about it. Heck, if this season managed to make me list 50 things wrong with it, then that means that Disventure Camp as a whole has more qualities rather than just faults. And this whole thing has got me thinking how far the total drama community has come over the years. So, why don't we take a few extra minutes to appreciate how far total drama fan shows on YouTube have come over the years. Now, I'm sure some of you may be too young to remember this, but for a long time, a time that I cannot put my finger on, fan shows inspired by total drama have been around on this platform. From the weird seasons made by using images on Windows Movie Maker involving other shows like Ed and Nettie with terrible grammar mistakes, like I used to do on this channel. From the cosplayers, from the camps. People that were fans of total drama have always sought out ways to entertain us outside of the usual show on TV. There was even this season I used to watch that was all made with total drama characters made in paper. Crazy. And there was even attempts to do animated seasons way before Reunion. Some of them were even becoming great, too bad they required so much work. Disventure Camp All-Stars stands, currently, as the peak of fan shows of total drama, and a fine example of perseverance. What started as just another run-of-the-mill fan show that got shut down by the original source, eventually fought through eternal cancellation, and I'm glad that it did. I mean, yes, it's a bit in your face that this is heavily inspired in total drama, in both artistic and written patterns. But for what it is worth, Disventure Camp's base was passion. And even if it felt like passion was a bit lacking in the past season, I cannot say I saw none of it either. And as a person that has been watching total drama related content on YouTube for a very long time now, I must say that I'm very proud of the creative people of this platform that love total drama as much as me. To put it bluntly, total drama fan shows that were fueled by nothing but the passion for the show came from this to this. And even if we can hate Disventure Camp All-Stars for being badly written, I cannot leave without applauding the evolution I've seen on total drama fan shows after all these years. So I congratulate and commend you on Nation Cartoons.